Hey everyone, I'm really excited to show you the 1.4 release today. It's another big step forward for S4W. After a few months of work, it's finally ready. Quick note before we start. If you're new to S4W, go check out my previous video on the channel first. It covers the basics and will make everything here a lot easier to follow. Then come back and watch this one. Alright, let's get into it. First up, the factory presets. I made a bunch of them myself just to make things easier for you. I built these based on 16:9 games, standalone EXE games, as well as retro emulators, Ares, BizHawk, MAME, and Gopher for now. By the way, I modified a version of Ares that automatically starts in full screen. Feel free to check the Discord server for the link. Also, on BizHawk and Ares, make sure you select the 1:1 pixel ratio format so everything lines up correctly with these presets. When you add a new game, check the presets first before tweaking things yourself, though building your own look from scratch is fine too. I tried to cover the main use cases, and this will keep growing over time with some help from the community. I also added new 4K bezels for better quality, some reworked from ones found online. There's still work to do here, especially for covering many different resolutions. Next, the game geometry section. Curvature slider simulates the curved glass look of an old CRT. Size shrinks the game image inward, leaving room for your bezel and reflection. Corners rounds off the game image's corners with a clean black fill. And smooth borders softens the edges with a gentle fade that now follows those rounded corners properly. Now, bezel reflection, and this one got a big upgrade. Both 16:9 and 4:3 games are fully supported now, and rounding the corners no longer distorts the reflection like before. Opacity controls how visible the reflection is. Blur softens it like a real reflection on glass. Two size sliders, up, down, and left, right, control the reflection's thickness on each side, with a link button to adjust both at once. Corners rounds the reflection's own corners to match the game image. So you can tweak all these sliders to fit with the bezel. This next one's a small button that makes a real difference for the reflection. The Auto Lock Full button. For 4:3 games, start on Auto. Wait a few seconds until you're on a game screen showing real content so the reflection can lock onto the actual image. Then click to switch to Lock. For 16:9 games, if the image already fills the screen properly, just switch straight to Full. Next, Snap to Pixel. This locks the scanline grid onto the game's actual pixels. Now, per game profiles for MAME. Add MAME.exe on its own for one global profile that applies to every game. Or launch a specific game first, then add the process and save to set a different bezel and settings just for that game. Let's move on to the in-game OSD menu, basically the same control panel as the main window, built right into the game so you don't need to Alt-Tab out. Open it with the OSD menu shortcut, rebindable to a key or gamepad button, and control it with your mouse or fully with a controller. D-pad to move between rows, left/right to adjust a slider, A to activate, B to close. On shortcuts, 2 new additions: a dedicated shortcut to open the OSD menu, and a new one, Kill Game, which instantly closes whatever game is running. Before the report button, quick explanation of a couple things you'll see mentioned there. When you launch a game, S4W attaches itself into it. That's what we call hooking, and it's what lets S4W apply these effects in real time. You'll see this through the status indicator in the bottom left corner. Orange and waiting while S4W hasn't hooked in yet, green once it has. Log files are text files S4W writes automatically in the background, recording exactly what happened, and they're the best way for me to figure out why a game isn't hooking or showing nothing. So, the new report button. Tell me how a game is behaving, running perfectly, never hooking so the status stays orange, hooking fine but showing nothing, or any other bug. Depending on what you pick, it automatically suggests the right log files to attach. You can also attach a screenshot 3 different ways: browse for the file, drag and drop it in, or click the section and paste it straight from your clipboard with Ctrl+V. If you take a moment to send a report, it genuinely helps the project, so thanks in advance to everyone who does. And that's it for the 1.4 update. I really hope you enjoy everything that's new here. If you like the project, leaving a comment and a rating on itch.io helps a lot too. It's one of the best ways to boost its visibility. And any kind of support, a report, a comment, a rating, or joining the Discord is appreciated. Thanks so much for all the feedback so far. It's been really positive, and I hope this keeps going. See you next time.